Welcome to week 3 of Ricochet.
This is Kimber.
I'm Will.
We're Crossfire Co-op. This week, first of all, I just wanted to mention the little contest we have going on for intro and outro music for Ricochet.
Still no song to start off the podcast.
We need that.
We are looking at you.
So I'll put the link to the contest down below so you can check it out. And feel free to send us any of your own royalty-free, non-copyrighted music.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Chance to win a PSX poster.
Yep. The intro can be 10 to 20 seconds and the outro can be whatever length. It just depends on what you feel like doing.
For outros, just keep sending them in. We'll just keep including those with the videos with each week. So you can have a ton of those.
Yep. So, new news with Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the remastered version.
Yeah, that just came out.
What?
The news.
The news just came out. The game didn't come out. Don't fake me out like that.
Well, the original game did just get re-released on the PS4.
On the PC. On the PC version on the PS4.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the version of it that hasn't yet been released. So, news just broke that it's going to be fully filled with voice acting. What do you think about that?
Ooh, on the spot.
Well, let me tell you while you're thinking that this is from a Japanese magazine. It's called Dengeki PlayStation. It was translated by Jamatsu, so thanks for the translation. The director of the game, Tetsuya Nomura, and the producer, Yoshinori Kitase. I gotta look at that one up. They said basically fully voiced.
I think in order to modernize it, it is going to need to be fully voiced. But some of the classic characters, I think people won't be happy with. Like, can you imagine the first time you hear Cloud? Be like the first time Link is fully voice acting Zelda. It's just
that's also something that people have been talking about.
Yeah. I just have this feeling that overall, until people got used to it, they just won't be very happy.
Do you think think of Cloud specifically, is there something in particular that would make that voice resonate with fans?
I don't know, you're the linguist. I think they need to get you playing Final Fantasy VII to figure it out.
Well, they can send me a test copy and I will get right on that.
What else do we have in news this week?
Well, February 9th is a very special day.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not quite Valentine's Day yet, is it?
Do you remember a special little thing called Yarny?
Oh, I do remember Yarny.
Unraveled is going to be released on February 9th.
That is looking good. I just saw the new trailer for that.
The new trailer is really impressive.
Right now on Twitter, I think there's also a chance to win a handmade version of Yarny.
Shh, don't tell. I want to win it. Don't ruin my chances.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Everyone that's watching this is now your competition. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I can't wait to play that game. It looks gorgeous, and I love what I know of the story so far, and just the whole concept of how Yarny came to be. It's awesome.
Watching sorry to continue to delve into it, but watching the creator on stage last year at E3 sold me on the game, without even seeing footage, just the passion and what he was putting into that game. Absolutely.
So, this isn't new news, but it's something that's happened since the last time we had Ricochet. Kojima news.
Kojima news has been going on all year.
All year, but new Kojima with PlayStation news.
That is right. Kojima, for his next game, signed an exclusive deal for PlayStation.
So officially partnering with PlayStation to create the new IP.
They didn't say which console. Could be the PS4. Could be PlayStation VR. Could be whatever's next.
It could be the Vita.
It could be.
Vita love. We love the Vita.
We do. But but knowing the detail he takes and the time he takes with each game, I don't think this is going to be something we see very soon.
I agree. I think it'll take a while. I know from an article on IGN, they said that he's looking for an office right now. Maybe Tokyo, then wants a small team, so that like nothing is like yet set up.
They don't even have computers at this point.
They're going to focus on being agile. One game to start with, like you said. They said that he has a 10-plus year relationship with Sony, of course, so he does feel comfortable with them, which is really good. And he wants to keep creating games to the day he dies, which is like really impressive.
It makes sense that he turned to Sony. Given the relationship, given that Metal Gear Solid, especially Metal Gear Solid 2, both just exploded when they were released on the PlayStation. It really brought him into the forefront.
So...
Oh! Did you see... I know this is probably where you're going, but did you see the new t-shirts and hats and...
Tumblers, yeah. Already. There's no office yet. There's no team yet, but we have merch.
Merch is there.
There's swag for Kojima Productions. With the new logo, which is what I was getting ready to talk about. I'm going to read a tweet. This is a quote from Hideo Kojima's English Twitter account. Regarding our new logo, we have a whole set of body besides the head. I let you imagine first. So you've seen the head. It's like a skull, maybe with headphones.
Maybe inside of a mech suit?
Of a mech suit.
It's hard to tell.
And so it's at least 2 times I've seen him tweet about this. The most recent one I saw last night. And people have started just like drawing different versions of the logo and submitting them to him. And I was like, clever.
It's really cool.
It is really cool.
They got the merch up right away.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Fund the next game. Buy the merch.
And I'm sure plenty of people will.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. So, from PlayStation to Nintendo, I found a little tidbit, and it just went wild when I shared it. And that is that Super Mario Galaxy may be coming to Wii U. So GameSpot reported that the title had recently been re-rated by the ESRB, and the sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, is currently available worldwide through the Virtual Console.
Yeah, I think it's $20.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's no surprise that it's coming out. I mean, the Wii U's really need some games. It would be, I doubt it, but it would be cool to see them implement gamepad control and work towards having all these games ready for the NX. Having a whole library there to play immediately would be so awesome.
I agree.
To go on another tangent, I'm not even sure we have it on our list, but I think I saw a prototype controller with a touchscreen on it that was recently patented by Nintendo.
I don't know if that was real or if it was an artist's rendering.
Well, I think it might have been an artist's rendering of the patent.
Oh, I see.
But while I use a touchscreen for mobile games, of course, and on the Wii U a little bit, I need physical buttons.
You're old.
Yes, but I don't know.
No, I agree. We'll talk about nostalgic retro gaming in a bit, but yeah, I need buttons.
Yeah.
But before we talk about nostalgic retro gaming, we're going to chat a bit about NASA using the PSVR. What can you tell me about that?
Oh, that was really cool. So they're using the PSVR to mimic what it's like to use robots in space. They first use it one-to-one. So you strap on the VR, you're seeing the body of the robot and controlling the robot as you see it. You're using, I believe, the move remotes.
Okay.
So it's just like using the hands in most games. But it's not a one-to-one experience when the robot is millions of miles away in space. So they can actually replicate that lag with the robots here on Earth for what the delay would be. So they're working on doing tests to make sure everything feels fluid between the user and the robot.
The first time lag has been programmed purposefully. I like it. Now, program it backwards. Get rid of it.
cool tech.
It is. It is. But we've done a couple PlayStation VR experiences, and we know that, like, the experiences we had didn't have any lag at all.
No. I was greatly impressed with VR, and I'm excited to see where it's going.
Me too. I was skeptical, but if you've listened to other Ricochet episodes, you'll know that, like, we were sold the minute that we did our first VR experience.
We both did different demos, and we were sold immediately.
Absolutely.
And speaking of VR, kind of on topic, little off, mixing Google with VR. But we do have some unboxings to do later this week for Star Wars.
Yeah, we have some Star Wars themed cardboard for VR use.
And we may be having a giveaway. Stay tuned.
Uh-oh. Stay tuned where?
On our Facebook page, facebook.crossfirecoop.com.
All right, you heard it from the man.
And, of course, Twitter.
Of course.
Twitter.crossfirecoop.com.
It's so easy.
Yes.
Anyone can do it. That means you should. So, my long-lost video game addiction, Destiny, that I haven't been able to play for a little while, sadly. Other stuff going on. I'm not cheating on another game with you. I've pretty much not been able to play a game very much in the last week.
It's been very busy. Exciting news coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon, coming later. So Destiny has level boosts now that you can buy. $30 to get to level 25 with some other stuff, some telemetries. What's up? You have a dirty, nasty, yucky look on your face.
Let's just say I'm not too happy about this.
Why?
While it's not quite pay to win yet, because it only goes up to level 25. And to be honest, as we both know, leveling in Destiny is not the main game. It's once you hit level 40 is when the real game starts of collecting gear and continuing to boost your character. But also included with this is subclass boosts, where you get a boost to the amount of XP I believe you get with your subclass, and also maybe weapons, and I don't know, it's very, very risky. They started out with dance emotes and stuff, and that was awesome.
All cosmetic.
All cosmetic. Now they've moved into holiday events where pretty much you can't do certain quests. You can't get certain gear unless you're paying for the items. And now they've gone even this step further with being able to pay to level your character.
So are you upset about it's not just cosmetic aspect of things? Are you upset that people can get a boost without doing any work?
It's tough. This type of boost I expect in a free-to-play game. Because it's paying for the game. But it almost feels like a kick in the shin to be releasing this now, months after we've already paid for the game, months after everyone else has been grinding. Not that I would pay that crazy cost. And it's also, I mean, apparently they can set the market whatever they want.
But they just started the refer a friend thing. So, okay, I'm going to refer you, my friend. I wish I could, but we've been playing too long. And you just got the game. And you're sad because I'm doing all these cool raids and you're stuck, like, on the moon. So, what do? You can get a boost and you can get there more quickly.
True.
You can play with your friends, which is like what they want, right? Because if you're stuck on the moon, being bored, with your little Sherpa friends, you're not going to stay in the game.
It's true. But at the same time, who are they targeting here? Most people that are joining the game may be picking it up at a discount. Like we saw a crazy deal at Amazon. Are these people really looking to pay $30 to raise one character up to level 25?
Well, I don't know about looking to pay it, but And one of the group's gentlemen responded that he thought it was good because his kid got a hold of Destiny and deleted one of his characters. So, he had spent, I don't know how many hours getting this character fully leveled, and it was just gone. 2 of his characters, I think. So in that case, at least, he didn't want to spend the money on it, but at least he knew that he had the option to do so if he wanted to, put forth the effort to get it back to where it had been.
And there's most definitely pros and cons. I'm really enjoying Sparrow Racing, which has been provided by funding from, and they want to continue to provide new content all year, which is awesome. At the same time, personally, I would rather spend $20, $30 on a new large drop like the Dark Below, like House of Wolves. I know that might not be sustainable with a game that's already out, and I love how they're keeping it fresh with different things each month. And of course, the Iron Banner brings us back.
I think too, it's like I'm just acting like the devil's advocate on all sides, but when everyone was at PSX, we all expected something big. And the PSX app said something like, the new chapter in Destiny, and everyone was like, it's gonna be big. And Sparrow Racing League is what they announced, and it's really cool. I suck at it, but it's really cool. But then they have this next thing that you can shell out money for, and it's not something that the people who've been playing a particularly long time are interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to give service to new fans if they're, they need to, grow in that way, but you can't forget who your current customer is and who your current market is, and the majority of people are fine with microtransactions if they're just cosmetic, but...
And I know a lot of MMOs have even been turning towards this. WoW offers a auto level, and...
That's why I liked Destiny, because it didn't have those kinds of things.
It felt like when you were doing something, when you were grinding for a piece of gear, it meant something. When you finally got that special drop that you'd been playing all year for. And I'm glad that
Galahorn.
the Taken King has taken a step back and made it a little easier for everyone to be able, there's still tiers and still levels to achieve, but I think everyone, if they work hard enough, can achieve most things now. Whereas I had played, as you said, hundreds of hours and never got the Yowler. But
well, what can you do?
I'm just worried that it's a very slippery slope, and they continue farther down at each month. Because I love the world, I love the universe they created, and I love the story they just delivered. I mean, I know you do too. You were just Marasav.
I was Marasav for a PlayStation experience. There's some videos, you can go look at them later. Please do.
But yeah, that's the only reason I'm concerned is because I care.
I know you do, and it's hard. But all we can do is chat about it and see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Alright, on to something else.
Yes.
Before we start crying about Destiny. League of Legends. So now Riot is fully owned by Tencent Games.
Tencent is a huge company out of China.
What does this mean for LoL?
I don't think it means much. I mean, they were already the majority owner. They've just... I think they were slowly getting their feet wet. Once they become the majority owner, we already seen new characters that appealed to that market. A little bit more dragons, and I don't think it's going to change up the game much. Do you?
I don't know. I haven't played in so long. I started playing League when we lived in Hong Kong. And then I kept playing when I moved to Barcelona and was still in Hong Kong because there was something cool we could do.
It was really awesome being able to play together. Being able to play with our friends back home in Indiana.
Yeah. I haven't played One, because the community is a bit toxic sometimes. Like, I'm not a great player consistently, and I'm not even an average player most of the time. And I don't like to be told how much I suck. It's not cool.
Especially against easy bots where you know you're going to win the game.
Yeah. And the game is really repetitive. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there are some new things here and there for the holidays, but for the most part, it's just really repetitive to me.
Yeah, the overall game changes up because of the multiplayer aspects. Mm-hmm. But it's the same with a lot of games for me, is without that single player storyline or something to keep me engaged when I'm not in the mood to play multiplayer. Mm-hmm. It's one of the things I like about Destiny is that mm-hmm. it kind of blends both worlds, and I'm always working on a character, mm-hmm. continuing to build up that.
Well, that's the other thing. Your summoner levels up and builds different things, and you can build like ability pages, but your actual like fighter character just starts at 0 every time. So it's like, it's neat because it's different mm-hmm. than the norm, but it's also frustrating because you just start from scratch every time you start a new match.
That's frustrating from the aspect of not accomplishing, mm-hmm. but it's also really cool for anyone that wants to jump in.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's why League of Legends has been so huge, is because anyone can pick up and play.
And it's not like I hate the game. It's not that. It's just
she's actually really loves it.
I do, but no one will play with me.
It's not true.
Well, my computer needs some work right now. So
that is true.
It's full. The memory is full.
I think we'll get back in.
I think we will. And I think it'll be nice since we've had a little break. Mm-hmm. The last time we played for like 24 hours straight because we bought a boost. We bought one of those non-cosmetic boosts.
Yes, we did.
And we got our money's worth.
There was some other league news this week.
Oh, yeah. Rick...
Is it Rick
Fox?
Yeah. Former NBA mm-hmm. player.
Yep. He bought, was it Gravity Gaming? Mm-hmm. I don't know what he bought, actually.
Yeah, this is the confusing part.
Yeah.
It came out that Gravity Gaming was bought for $1 million. Mm-hmm. A huge friggin' sum of money.
Yes, absolutely.
And it just came out this week that the buyer was Rick Fox. Mm-hmm. But I don't know this. I don't follow League as much. Mm-hmm. But it looks like IGN's reporting that when they didn't make the finals, mm-hmm. a lot of the team is left.
Yeah, they didn't qualify for the 2015 League World Championship. And since then, many people in the team have moved on.
I am all for everyone getting into esports. Mm-hmm. But pay attention to what you're buying. Is Gravity Games, is their logo? What is worth $1 million there? To me, it would be the talent. Mm-hmm. That way you can get the team up and running right away.
But when you buy like an NBA team, do all the players come with it? Is that how the contracts are built into the franchise?
Yeah, I mean, you sign a long-term contract
mm-hmm.
that's built with, like, the Pacers.
Well, do esports teams have contracts like basketball teams, I wonder?
I don't know.
It's so new. Like, yeah. I'm sure there are things that haven't been established yet.
And I know a lot of people want to get in while mm-hmm. it's still early.
And people retire pretty early mm-hmm. in esports compared to NBA and NFL and things.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for all the millionaires out there watching this show,
we can advise you on your esports purchases.
We actually have a rep. We're looking at you, Evan, who's already been talking to some millionaires about esports.
It's true.
But be careful with what you buy.
Well, it's just $1 million. I mean, come on.
I know. Enough League talk for today.
Okay, enough League for today. That brings us to Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Ooh. New trailer this week for 2.8 and 3. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. Exciting to see. You had mentioned to me before mm-hmm. that there was a trailer that was at one of the Disney shows in Japan that was behind closed doors.
Yeah, someone leaked something about that, but you really mm-hmm. couldn't see like anything at all.
I wonder if this was the trailer that was shown.
It's hard to say.
Looked pretty good, though.
It did. I'm excited to visit that world again.
Yeah, I know you've been waiting a lot of years.
I have been. So, this brings me to some more news.
Hmm? Final
Fantasy 15 versus Persona 5. So, here's the lowdown. Here's what happened. It's been reported in a few different places that there was a survey, and Dual Shockers is the one who actually posted the survey question. There was a survey from Square Enix in Japan, I don't even know, 50 questions, 70 questions. It was long.
You were actually going through it.
I did it twice trying to get to the right. I don't speak Japanese at all. I was just do. So Square Enix, if you get some really weird answers, it's me. Trying to see the question for myself because the first time I did it, I thought maybe I was just going through too quickly, and I didn't even see question 47. And then I was like, what? I did it again. Sure enough, question 47, this highly contested question, is gone. So what it was is that question 47 asked something like, if Final Fantasy 15 and Persona 5 came out at the same time, which one would you buy? 15, Persona 5, or both? It was something like that. So since then, of course, as I said, the question has been taken down. Actually, the survey skipped from 43 to 45, and then from 46 to 49. So there were quite a few questions that were skipped after the fact, it seems, because why would there be a gap in the numbers? DualShockers.com does have a screenshot of that question before it left, and we sent it to our friend Takayuki in Japan, and he did confirm that their translation was correct. And so it's really confusing now what's going on, because they had this question. It could just be for speculation, right? It could be okay, Persona 5 is going to come out this summer. We're going to announce when 15 is coming out in March. We're curious if we should release them at the same time. Versus they're just curious, the popularity of the game, where to put their marketing dollars.
So, in your opinion, is it a good idea? I have not played a Persona game yet. You are currently in the midst of Persona 4. From your perspective, two, I'm assuming, massive games. We've seen the trailer for Persona 5. It looks pretty cool. Would it be smart to release them in the same month?
Oh, gosh. So they're probably a pretty similar audience. Maybe the audience is more similar in Japan than here, but I don't know about Japan's audience. So, there are some pretty hardcore Vita gamers who are going to get Persona 5 because it's awesome and because it's on Vita.
Persona 5 is only on PS4.
Snitch.
Don't worry.
Anyway, there are some pretty hardcore Persona fans.
I'm going to look that up. Yeah, you keep talking. I'm pretty sure.
There's some pretty hardcore Persona fans who are going to want Persona no matter what. And there are a lot of PS4 players who don't have a Vita and maybe have never played Persona. Anything. But that's why I said maybe they're trying to gauge their marketing dollars, because if it's about equal for Persona or higher for Persona, they might want to hype it up a bit more.
Invest more.
I personally would love for it to come out as soon as possible, but it is hard to play such an epic game with any other epic kind of game. I started out playing Fallout 4. I tried The Witcher one Friday night for my Friday night streaming, and
that is the early Christmas,
and I can't put down The Witcher 3. I can't play two such big games at the same time. I just can't do it. I'm playing other games, smaller games for streaming, just so I don't play all Witcher all the time. But I can't play two huge games at the same time.
And we're kind of lucky and unlucky in certain ways. We're unlucky because we share a console.
Yes.
But we're lucky also because I'm playing Fallout 4. So you're watching as I'm playing Fallout 4. And then while you're playing The Witcher, I'm watching that. So it's nice because it gives us kind of both games at the same time.
Yeah.
Looked it up. Persona 5 is coming to the PS3 and the PS4.
I see. interesting choice to not give it some Vita love.
It is, especially with it having a PS3 port already. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be tough if they release in the same month.
I agree.
Here's a question, put you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose, you just got done playing Do Sky.
Mm-hmm.
You've been playing
mm-hmm.
Persona 4.
Uh-huh.
Which would you pick up?
Oh, Persona 5 seems like it will be different enough from Persona 4 that it won't be horrible to, like, play one right after the other. I would have to play Final Fantasy 15.
The demo put you over the top?
The demo was just, it was gorgeous, it was amazing. It didn't feel like a demo, it felt like...
it was a real game.
It felt like a real game that just got cut short. I want to finish it now. So, you know, I'm still playing Persona 4. I got it pretty late in the game as far as Persona 4 goes, and I love having that on the Vita.
I mean, it was originally a PS2 game, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's beautiful on the Vita. So yeah, I would play 15 first. I'd probably buy them at the same time, because I'd be like, I have to have it! But I would play the... I would play 15 first.
Cool.
You? What do you think?
Well, since I haven't played any Persona games yet.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I've been hogging that.
Yeah. I'll find out soon enough.
We also share a Vita.
Yes.
It's a good test of marriage.
Shall we continue?
Sure. So, what's next? Okay. So, Super Mario RPG.
Mm-hmm.
This also like blew up on the interwebs when I was talking about it. So, it's going to come out on the Wii U virtual store in Europe. Nothing about a release for North America yet.
Mm-hmm.
That was reported on Eurogamer. It's gonna come out on Christmas Eve.
Cool.
Someone in one of my groups pointed out, like, you can technically get it on the Wii U by going through the Wii menu in the Wii Virtual Store.
And then playing it on the Wii menu.
And then playing it on the Wii menu. But if they're gonna come out, you know, on the Wii U and the Europe store, you know, why not?
I think it's only a matter of time.
It's only, and like, so many people liked and shared and commented, and they want this game in the US Wii U store. So, heads up, Nintendo. Yeah.
I think it would be really cool to see that game on the 3DS eShop. I love portable games like that.
So, Bandai Namco. Tales of Berseria on PS4.
Very cool. They just announced a bunch of new games that are going to be localized in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Is that your top one?
From that list, for sure.
That list. There's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven on PS4, God Eater Resurrection and God Eater 2 Rage of Burst on PS4 and PS Vita.
Some Vita love here.
Vita love. Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme VS Force on Vita. Mobile Suit Gundam was so popular in Hong Kong.
It was.
I remember watching the cartoon here as a kid, but never really hearing much about it. But in Hong Kong, there were like larger than life statues at the mall. And
yeah, going to Times Square Mall and the huge statues out there. It was crazy.
It was insane. So if you don't know much about Mobile Suit Gundam, it's really cool. And coming in North America in 2016. And then at PSX, of course, they announced Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah, which is cool.
I am really excited to check out. That's Revenant Kingdom. And then Ace Combat 7 for PS4 with VR support. Yeah. Absolutely. And the Steam Holiday sale started today.
Quite a few sales.
Yeah. You want the highlights?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, all of Witcher is on sale. So, the first one for $1.49, Witcher 2 for $2.99, Witcher 3 for $29.99.
All those are really good prices.
I'm playing Witcher 3 right now. It's amazing. It's definitely worth $30. Mm-hmm. It's huge. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim for $5. Rocket League for $14. I hear Rocket League has a hockey mode for the holidays.
Yeah, I've heard. I
haven't played it yet. Mad Max for $20.39. That's very precise.
How do you get those Last pennies out of you.
Yeah, exactly. Metal Gear Solid Defense and Pain for $40.19. Star Wars Collection, $22.99.
This is insane. It's 14 games, 14 classic Star Wars games. I looked at it. I have over half of these games. And it is still a better deal for me to buy the bundle than it is to buy the individual pieces that are discounted.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the list is quite large. Is there a particular one that really sticks out to you that you don't have yet, that you're like, oh, it's worth it for just this one thing?
I'm not sure. I've got so many of the ones that I really wanted. I don't know. I'll have to look through it again.
Okay.
And Steam sale's going on all week, so.
You have a little time.
Yep. Jump on while they're hot.
Yep. And while they're hot, the GOG has a Bethesda catalog sale.
Yeah, it's true.
66 to 75% off. That's Elder Scrolls, it's Fallout, it's Quake, that's Doom.
All the classic games. So if you need to catch up before the new releases.
Or before playing the Fallout 4 you might get for Christmas. I don't know. Maybe.
Check out the original Fallout. Crawl out of the Fallout, baby.
Is that one of their marketing sayings?
It's one of the songs.
Oh, it was like, did you make that up just now? That's like, hire this guy.
Oh no, the music is so catchy, it gets stuck in your head.
The music from 4 is pretty catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm like listening to the radio, and then I walk in on some mannequins in the bathtub with a machete, and I'm just, what? Humble Bundle. Square Enix. Bundle 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure you even know about this one yet.
No, it's new. I'm looking at it like, what? What's that? My teleprompter. So I can remember all the things, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't read that before. So $1, The Last Remnant, Life is Strange Episode 1, Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, Murdered Soul Suspect. If you do more than the average, Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn.
Which is awesome. You do have to pay a monthly fee for this, though. So, just throwing that out there.
They have some new stuff now. New jobs, new...
With the expansion.
With the expansion.
But there's still a ton in the original game. And to pretty much get it for more than the average, which I think is like 4 something right now. With all the other games included, too. It's pretty insane. Yeah.
It was beautiful last time we played it. It was really cool. Just Cause Collection 1 and 2. Front Mission Evolved Gyromancer. Yosumin, 20% off Just Cause 3. More coming soon. It's the first time I've seen a Humble Bundle where it's like part of the bundle is a percentage off of something else.
I've seen it. It's not often, but yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting, though, how you get 1 and 2 as long as you pay more than the average. And then you get a discount on 3, so might see some even more discounts after the holidays to be able to toss on that 20%.
And then $8.99 Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, which we've played a little bit of, have we not?
A little bit. We need to get more into it on the PS4.
We looked into that while we were doing Extra Life. And then Tomb Raider Game of the Year Edition and Hitman Absolution.
For me personally, the last of the games are good. I mean, Tomb Raider's an excellent game. We have it. But I think the sweet spot right there is more than the average at like right below $5. All those games, including Final Fantasy XIV, that's where I would hit.
That's nice. Cool. Next, back to retro gaming.
Real quick before we go there, week 3, I'm not sure we got it on the surface, but week 3 of the PlayStation Store just went live. You can check our Facebook page for our highlights.
The holiday sale, you mean?
The holiday sale. Overall, not as impressed this week as the last 2. I think they front-loaded it knowing there were going to be all these other sales going on to get the good games in weeks 1, weeks 2. This week has some interesting deals, but check Facebook. We got them up there.
Okay, cool. So, back to what I want to talk about.
Yes.
Coleco announces a new cartridge-based console. This is reported from IGN. It's slated to arrive early next year. Early this coming very soon year. So they want to market it towards nostalgic gamers like us. It's called Chameleon.
This is their first console since was it the ColecoVision?
Probably. So it looks kind of like a Sega Genesis, and then the controller is like a mix between a DualShock PlayStation controller and like one of those like knockoff anything else controllers, like maybe for the Sega, maybe for like, and also maybe a mix of the Pro controller for the Wii U. It's like weird.
The interesting thing is the controller has a cord on it.
Yes, it does have a cord.
I don't know if that's attached at all because it's not in the first picture.
And there's it might be somewhere to attach it in the first picture, but there's not actually even like a hole for the cartridge in the first picture, so it must just be still like an artistic rendering.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made sure to put like shiny writing Coleco Chameleon. It has A, B, X, and Y. It has the directional pad and then the two sticks like L1 and R1. Okay, I want to read a little blurb from their website. So bear with me and enjoy my voiceover skills, which are lacking overall. This is from the Coleco website. Again, a return to the golden age of gaming. Hang around an older video game fan long enough, and they'll tell you of a time long ago when getting a new game was an event in and of itself. Be it cracking open the shrink wrap and catching a whiff of that new game smell, poring over the details and illustrations in the game manual, just taking your cartridge over to a friend's house. These experiences are all but lost in an age of digital downloads and corporate cost-cutting measures. The Coleco Chameleon aims to bring these experiences back to the modern age by creating a platform that treats video games as more than just software and eliminates some of the biggest frustrations of modern-day gaming. Durable, long-lasting physical cartridges. So good. As long as you have the cartridge, you have the game. High-quality boxes, instruction manuals, and other supplemental materials that make each title a collector's item worthy of a space on your shelf. No lengthy system updates, just plug in your cartridge and start playing. Boom! Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you. It's interesting.
Why? You like having your PS4 filled all the time?
No. I would love to be able to just pop in a game and play.
Mm-hmm.
With disk-based systems, I love the lack of load times when you install the game.
Wait. You install the game and you have to load the first time every time?
Yes. You have to download the latest updates and
you try to stream, but then you can't because it's downloading an update.
But right now, we only see they're talking about 8, 16, and 32-bit games.
Mm-hmm.
While I love classic games and I love playing games from my past,
mm-hmm.
I don't see me going out and buying new 32-bit games on this console that I could probably pick up on Steam.
Maybe. I'm just not sure what their library would consist of.
Yeah.
Do they buy the old library from other older consoles?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a strange announcement at a strange time.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Why do you announce this right before the holiday season?
But it won't be out before Christmas.
Yeah, I know Retro Gaming has...
Gaming?
really been picking up steam over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop even just recently got back into those classic games.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a market for a new retro console?
I don't know. There have been some people who have bought the, I don't even know what it's called. The new version of, Play the Nintendo and Sega. It's, a dual thing. And then there's, some, remake of a Sega Genesis that looks like it's official but really isn't, that comes loaded with all these games. And, to me, okay, if you lost your Nintendo and you want this dual thing because it's, convenient, whatever. But I don't want a Sega Genesis that's already full of games. It's not really a Sega Genesis,
Half of playing those classic games is the feel of the controller.
Mm-hmm.
I've played NES games in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the same as when you pick up that square controller and have it in your hand. The controller's not even comfortable, but...
This controller, it looks very different.
Yeah.
I'm all for playing cartridge-based games. They're trying to hit a very nostalgic market. I don't know that they're trying yet to be hip and... not really trying to be hip and cool for people who've never played cartridge games. I like not having a really freaking expensive memory card PlayStation Vita. And I like not having to load the game up when I first get it and want to change out my hard drive on my PS4. And putting in a code as my password to get my save file for Road Rash on the Genesis. And yet, here we moved to California from Indiana, and I have here with me a Wii U and a PS4 and none of my retro systems, so...
And then we're downloading PS2 games on the PS4. We're downloading all the way back to NES on the Wii U. And
I don't know, maybe they're trying to disrupt the market of retro games. It just depends on what's in the library, because there are some crazy retro games that I don't even consider retro that are selling for large amounts, like some of the Monster Rancher PS2 games. Ridiculous, like $50 to $90.
Talked about that last week.
Yes, make that one be one of the backwards compatible ones, please. That'd be cool. I missed that. But yeah, I don't know what would be in their game library, because I know like they had some of their own games. I've seen some of them, but I've only seen a handful compared to other, Sega and Nintendo and things like that.
What are they going to have that pushes people to buy this? That's what I don't know.
The only thing I can think of, and no offense to them, because it's a cool idea in my opinion, but is to get the licenses for other franchises' games. And I don't think that's probably going to happen. Because the other franchises are like reintroducing them in the virtual stores. Sega's the only thing maybe, because...
Maybe, but they're putting a lot of their games on the 3DS and the Wii U, so...
That's true. I don't know.
It's going to be a tough launch. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. I'm interested to see what they're going to have.
Hey, feel free to send us out a test kit. Always
change our minds.
Always toss out the plug. One new thing we want to talk about this week. What are we looking forward to in TV coming up?
Okay, we watch some shows really fast and then forget about them after being sad about them for a while. It's about time for Marco Polo again.
I know you are pretty excited. You just said that John Fusco, hope I pronounced your name correctly, said, that's a wrap. Hashtag
Twitter, this is a tweet.
Marco Polo Season 2. 10 new hours coming in the new year.
Why do I have to wait for the new year? All of the reports said that it would be like airing by now.
They did deliver good news though. There is is it 100 Eyes?
Yeah.
Special, December 26th.
Tied me over.
Yeah.
You're welcome to try.
We also just saw a new trailer for Fuller House. Oh, another Netflix show. That looks interesting.
Let's be grammatically incorrect with our show titles now. The linguist cries. Yeah, Fuller House.
On Amazon, you just saw today that one of your classic shows is going to the system.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to stream Thundercats. Thundercats are go!
And then, one thing, I'm not sure you've seen it yet. I think it's January, Season 4 of The New Girl.
Shut up.
It's going to be on Netflix, so we get to catch back up.
We need to.
Yeah, for sure.
What's Jess doing her crazy antics?
Listener questions.
Oh, we had one listener question. I can't speak.
Evan wrote in on Facebook and asked, what program do you use to make your videos? Well, Evan, here's our answer.
Dum dum dum.
We actually use Wondershare Filmora for a lot of our videos. For some of the general just uploads of Let's Plays, we use the YouTube video editor.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple.
Yep.
Wondershare is a very reduced price software, but it does what we need it to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Since it's the holidays, I know we wanted to touch on must-watch holiday movies.
Yes.
Toss out a couple of yours.
The claymation Rudolph. It's a tradition.
It is.
It came on every year. I don't know what, ABC, CBS, I don't know, whatever those stations were that I don't even have TV anymore to watch, just Netflix. With Frosty the Snowman and something else, but Rudolph was always my favorite.
You've always been a huge fan of
Charlie Brown Christmas. Look, it's Snoopy. And Woodstock. Yes, I am a huge fan of Charlie Brown.
Every year, you get me to watch Elf.
Elf, yes.
Few on my list, Nightmare Before Christmas. I know we both like How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Santa Claus with Tim Taylor.
Tim Taylor is his character.
Oh, Tim the Toolman.
Tim Allen.
Yes, yes.
He'll always be Tim Taylor in our hearts.
He will be.
And then he does those Michigan commercials, and I'm like, I know that guy.
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Yes, absolutely.
A few we wanted to toss out for our families. The Polar Express. My dad loves getting hot chocolate, sitting around by the fire and watching the Polar Express every year. And then both of our moms love Miracle on 34th Street.
There's actually a Polar Express experience in, is it French Lick, Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, the train is all Polar Expressed up, and you ride it, and you
They serve hot chocolate.
And who knows what else. We've never done it because we're not in Indiana ever during Christmas, but it gets packed, I hear.
So, as we close, what have you played this week?
I've played the Telltale Game of Thrones, episode 2 and 3. It doesn't matter what I do, I can't get good things to happen for these poor people. It's just like in the books, only their characters that are in the book, so it's like double sadness.
I've been playing a little Fallout 4, continuing my adventure. Also, we just unboxed Disney Infinity. The FX lightsabers are so awesome.
Yep, this is an FX character, this is an FX character, and this is an FX character.
We weren't sure they were going to be worth the extra money.
Because they look similar.
They look similar in the box, especially even out of the box. But once you light them up, especially in dark, it's so cool.
Yeah, check out some pictures coming soon.
We should have our unboxing up over break. One of the many videos we'll have up on YouTube, so check it out.
Yep.
So it did play a little Disney Infinity too.
That's true. Just a little.
Just a little. This next week, what you gonna be playing?
Well, since we'll be traveling and away from our beloved PS4 and Wii U, I will be playing some Gravity Rush on the Vita. And some...
That is so funny. You've been talking about Gravity Rush forever. I was going to download the demo for her so she could try it out on the Vita before we get the remastered version. And I found we already had the original game with PS Plus.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with PS Plus. You just get so many amazing games and you don't even realize it.
It's pretty awesome.
It's really awesome. So, Gravity Rush, and then Persona 4 Golden. And for the 3DS, Chibi Robo Ziplash. It's about time. Poor Chibi Robo has been staring at me from the realm of the other amiibo by the TV.
That was one of your first unboxings.
It was one of my first unboxings, but I've been ignoring him for The Witcher 3. Sorry, Chibi Robo.
You'll get a chance to play.
Yeah, now that we're traveling and I'm doing the handheld systems, he'll get some love.
On the 3DS, I'm looking to play some more Bravely Default. And if I can ever get a hold of the Vita, hope to check out some Uncharted.
Fair enough.
Well, cool. It's been a fun show.
Yeah, it's been fun.
A reminder, please upload your music. Details are posted below. Kimber will take care of that.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
When I got to sit down, I got all set up, and they took pictures of me, and he photobombed me, which was really funny. And then I got started with the game, and before it even loaded, I could look around and see the room that I was in, like, waiting to play, which was, like, themed like the game. Watching a little game, like, projector screen of different things that could happen. And then in the game, you're either Axis or Ally from World War II. 3 ships for each team. You jump from, this is the mode I played, you jump from where the ships are to this, like, base of this weapon. And the longer you hold the base, while you're holding it, a very large bullet loads up into the weapon. If you hold it long enough, it shoots. And you win by getting the enemy ships down. But the enemy can attack you in this base, and they can become tanks, and you can become a tank. But you can also become a sniper, and then you can make their head big, and panels can drop from the sky. Like, it's so random and amazing and wonderful, and it's the kind of game that anyone can play, no matter how old they are.
It sounds like a...
Okay, so Will brought up the topic of the PS2 backwards compatibility with PS4. And he asked me, how do I feel about the price point in the games that are available?
It's been pretty controversial. We've seen a lot of people comment on it.
So first of all, here are the games that are going to be available, if not already available.
Those are already available.
Already available. Dark Cloud, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, those are all $14.99. Rogue Galaxy, $14.99. The Mask of Cree, $14.99.
The Mark of Cree.
The Mark of Cree. Whoa, sorry, distracted by the meowing cat. Twisted Metal Black, $9.99, and War of the Monsters, $9.99.
Before we go further, send all your Mark of Cree hate mail to Kimber.
I'm so sorry.
Kimber at crossfirecoop.com.
Crossfirecoopgaming.com?
No, Kimber at crossfirecoop.com.
Dang it, you wouldn't let me redirect the mail to an address that doesn't exist.
Good try.
I'm sorry. It was her.